What up? What up? What up? It is Tuesday night.
We are here. We are here, Unfiltered Marriage.
Yes, we are. Oh, my bad.
Is that you?
That was me.
And can you not?
That was the
Every
iPad.
time. No. Hey, guys, we're here. We are rocking and rolling. It's week 4 of the quarantine. Probably more than that, right? It's been longer than that.
Oh, it feels like fucking forever.
It does feel like forever. However, though, I feel like I've been finding enough to do with our kids. It's been pretty fun today. We roller skated.
Yes.
Took the kids out on the roller skates for the first time.
First time, both kids.
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We have a lot of mixed things I want to talk about tonight. If you were just watching in Super Ugly, they were talking about the Joe Exotic and that documentary.
Tiger King.
Which, by the way, my fucking husband just ordered a shirt for $30 to wear. 25. It was $18, and there was like $9 shipping.
It's a free Joe Exotic shirt.
Free Joe Exotic shirt.
Damn
How
right.
many times do you think you're going to wear it?
All the time.
All the time.
All the time. It's got a nice, beautiful color picture of him and a tiger in one of his very flamboyant, colorful shirts. Can't wait to wear that out.
Could
Because
you
you know
imagine?
what? As soon as I get that shirt and I wear it, everybody's going to be like, yeah. Everybody's going to love that shirt.
There are so many people who have already probably ordered it and have it on the way, but I would like to know what... I mean, I just don't think it's worth that money.
Absolutely it is.
Well, how?
Free Joe Exotic. Get the word out.
I don't know.
Man's a saint. Man's a saint. He's like Jesus.
He is not like
Taking
Jesus.
in the needy and the poor, feeding them, giving them shelter.
Giving them drugs. He's not a saint. I'm sorry. I'm glad Richie's not here, but I'm hating on your boy right now.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna sit here and take that. Joe Exotic, like I said, he should be up for sainthood. He needs to be released from jail immediately.
Pardoned by the president?
Absolutely.
Get out of
They
here.
need to lock up that fucking bitch Carol Baskins.
Oh, I love how you do his voice.
Because we just said at the end of the show, it's like you can't say that woman's name without fucking Carol Baskins.
I don't even know.
That fucking bitch Carol Baskins.
Stop saying that. All I know is that...
Stop say that.
We're going to be in bed, and all of a sudden he's going to turn over and be like, I am Joe Exotic. That's going to be the new thing.
No,
It was
I
first
could never
Apollo
be on
Creed.
that level. I could never be on that level. Joe's like next level fucking greatness.
Wait a minute. So
Yeah.
you're telling me he's better than Apollo Creed as far as like who you're looking like?
I can't take it that far.
That's crazy.
No.
That's crazy.
No, he's definitely not better than Apollo Creed.
Definitely not.
But, for the time being right now, Joe Exotic is the hottest thing on the planet, though.
He's not the hottest thing. I think everybody's paying attention to it because it's like a car crash that you just can't stop looking at.
Yeah, and everybody loves Joe. We've all decided we're on Team Joe.
I am not Team Joe. I am Team Help the Animals and whoever's doing the right thing.
Well, fucking Carol Baskins
I am Team Black Jaguar White Tiger. All the way.
Sure.
I am definitely on their side. I think he's a great person, and I love what he does for these animals.
Yeah, look, see, Team Joe. Team Joe.
Who's Team Joe?
Phil the promoter, Scott from Drama Club.
Phil, don't mess with me now, man. You're doing good with me, bro.
Phil and Jay, who was on our show just before, they're boys. So shout out to Phil. We like Phil. He's a diehard. He's here every week.
I like Phil a lot. I mean, even when I was in the contest, which, guys, I have to be honest, I made it really far. I made it to the semifinals. I went through thousands of girls through the ink cover contest, and there was a few girls that were just, I guess they were spending a lot more money. I wasn't really into the whole buying votes thing, but I made it to semifinals. I appreciate everybody who supported me, and maybe I'll try again next year. You never know.
You never know.
Never know.
She was number one, but then they dropped a bunch of fucking money on the money votes, and she got bumped.
Yeah, what happens is, like, when you're on, like, this, the last 6 hours, they'll do double votes. So if you pay $20 to Music Cares donation, you get me 40 votes. And I was number one until the last hour. And these girls that were behind me, I mean, they shot past me to where I even did Music Cares votes, and I didn't even touch their spot. And I was like, you know what? At that point, I'm like, I'm going to bow down gracefully because I didn't want to keep on credit card. Like, you can't do that. I didn't want to pay my way into ink cover. Hopefully, I got myself out there. But if I didn't, I'll try again,
Exactly. You
I try
never
to
know
teach
who
my
noticed.
kids, you know what? It happens. You don't always get what you want, but you keep on trying. That's what we do. That's life.
That is life.
That's what we do.
That's life.
I want to talk about somebody right now who's very dear to your heart.
Yes, let's do it.
And I want to talk about him because I think in every fucking movie.
Now that you mention it, I can't think of a time he's played a villain.
Never. Never.
Except in Spy Kids.
Hey, Aunt Cindy.
I believe in Spy Kids he played a villain.
I didn't see Spy Kids.
Well, yeah, but
in every movie I've ever seen, Sylvester Stallone, okay, he is like a diehard, doing the right thing, trying to fight for what's right. Even with that movie we just saw in the theaters with him. What was that? When he was saving his niece. His niece who was on drugs. She got taken.
Oh, Rambo.
Rambo.
Yeah.
Okay, Rambo. And the one we just watched last.
Copland.
Copland. Everything I see, he's like this good guy doing right. And I'm like, fuck Sylvester Stallone, man. He's always the bomb.
Well, that's why he's God as far as males in America go, because he has given us nothing but enjoyment, and he's always worth rooting for. Like you always are rooting for him because he's kind of like he's kind of like a regular guy in a way. You know what I mean? Even though he's larger than life because he's Sylvester Stallone, he's been famous for fucking 50 years.
Right.
But he's kind of just a regular guy though. Like especially when he's Rocky. You know, hey, what's up, bro? You know, like he's very just. He's likable. He's a lovable lug.
Now, let me get like in perspective here. Like in Rocky, though, I felt like he was an idiot. He was just dumb in that movie. Like
it's
they made
not
him
that he was
dumb.
an idiot. He was just kind of a clod. You know what I mean? Like it's not that he was stupid. I mean, he was. He couldn't read. You know, but there was something about him where he wasn't completely stupid, if that makes sense.
You know, he was street smart, but he definitely was not speaking or book smart.
No.
You know, so but in most of the other
until
movies,
part 4, of course, and part 3. For some reason, he became like a well-spoken person in 3 and 4. I
mean, I felt like he was just a downplayed brain-wise in the Rocky movies. But now I'm seeing him in all these different roles where I'm like, I'm really interested. And I think he's an all right. You know, he's a great guy, great character, and a great actor. But I wanted to write that down.
But
when we were watching it.
I can go on and on. Like Demolition Man, he's badass. Marion Cobretti from Cobra, Over the Top.
I was going to say Over the Top. Also, Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
He was one of the Ravagers, yeah.
Yeah.
And
but he looked like a good guy. He was like, you messing with those prostitutes? Yeah. You can never come back. You know, like,
Rambo,
yeah.
I mean, speaks for itself.
Oh my God, Rambo was a great
Especially
movie.
the last two. I mean, the last two are just so over the top, fucking fuck you up. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
Anyone who didn't like, a lot of people like shit on that last Rambo. I'm like, fuck you. Then you went in there for the wrong thing. Like, you should, if you watched the Rambo before that, that's what you should have expected in this Rambo.
Yeah.
Like, he has to ramp it up each movie. The Expendables. Stupid, fun movies. I'm not sitting there going, the Expendables are great, but they're fun to fucking watch.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I've ever watched The Expendables.
Like, Stallone there's 3 of them. Stallone just has that formula he knows how to make a good fucking action movie. Cliffhanger, Tango and Cash.
Oh, Cliffhanger was great. What was the one he was with Sandra Bullock? When they were cops?
They were cops.
They were cops. Anybody know that movie? Tell me. I don't remember the name of it. Last Blood?
Oh, no, Demolition Man.
Oh, it was Demolition Man.
Yeah.
I didn't know the name of it, but that was also a great movie, too. I did see that movie.
Yeah.
But he does. He always comes through as that kind of good guy character.
Because I think he just wants his image to be that.
Yeah.
You know, like, he's never really played a villain, like I said, other than Spy Kids, which is a children's movie. I think he just never wanted his image to be, you know, a villainous image. He always wanted it to be the hero.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger was never really the villain either. He was Mr. Freeze in a Batman movie.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, he's never really the villain.
Yeah. I liked it. I just wanted to shout that out that I think he's
Copland's an underrated movie. When it first came out, a lot of people shit on it.
Watched it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, and
really
it's got an all-star cast: De Niro, Harvey Keitel, Ray Liotta, Michael Rappaport, Stallone. Who else is it? There's so many people in this movie. It's ridiculous. The guy who plays the T-1000 in Terminator 2.
Yeah.
But when it first came out, a lot of people like Stallone was great because it was a different role for Stallone. It was very different. He put on weight. He was pudgy.
Yeah, and he was very just like, I'll let everybody take the light.
Yeah. But yeah, he got praised for it. But the movie wasn't that well received. I enjoyed it though.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I was glad I was on the other day. I was watching it. It's the first time I've ever seen it. I do enjoy a lot of the movies and how you educate me because a lot of movies that you've seen I haven't seen.
Yes.
But yeah, I wanted to give him a big up. You know, big up to all of his characters. He's a great actor.
I read this factoid the other day.
Joe Pesci, yeah.
That I looked at and I was like, ugh, if that's you, that sucks. The average person only has 5 sexual partners in a lifetime.
What?
Yeah.
The average person?
The average person.
So what would you be then?
Oh, way above average.
5.
5.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I definitely exceed the 5.
Yeah, that's insane. Like 5? You boring motherfuckers.
Or like some people we know are just more reserved and they're just not into.
Well, they get married young.
Yeah, sex intellect. Yeah, people get married sometimes when they lose their virginity. When
Look, Phil the promoter, he's like 5, really?
Yeah.
That motherfucker's a club promoter. You know that guy's dipping his dick in everything.
Of course he is.
He's dipping his dick in
Oh my
everything.
God.
Oh, you want to get in? Sure, honey.
Let's take a walk around back
Yeah,
for a
you
second.
know what to do.
I know the back door's over here.
You know what? Yeah, he knows where the back door is, and he's about to show her.
No, really. Was it like an article that you read or?
Yeah, well, it was just like a little thing. I like one of those blurbs. I didn't really read the article because I didn't think there was much reading to do other than, the average person is 5. I guess like I could kind of believe that. Yeah, I guess I can kind of believe
What
that.
about the whole average man is 5 inches long? Average man is
5.5. Yeah, 5.5 is the average. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the only other dicks I've ever seen were porno dicks. So
and were they big dicks or little dicks?
Well, they were big dicks, which probably means I'm gay.
Yeah.
So
Joe Exotic,
yeah.
I can't believe how he convinced.
Well, you're not straight.
Well, you're not straight if you're looking at the big dicks.
Yeah, because again, I don't know where there's this little dick porn that Joe Exotic knows of, but every porn I've seen, the guy's got gigantic fucking hogs.
Some some home porn though, when it's like home cam
Amateur,
porn.
I guess,
yeah, you look and
yeah.
you're like, all right, guy, yeah. But also the girls aren't the porno star looking chicks either. I mean. I guess it depends on the partner. You could be a genuine 5 or 6, but then you're with someone you really turned on. It could be an 8.
Average man's the size of a Butterfinger. A Butterfinger's more than 5.5 inches, ain't it?
A Butterfinger? Yeah, definitely like 6 or 7. Oh yeah, maybe I'll say like 7.
I think a Butterfinger's probably 6 to 8 inches, I would think.
Oh my God. And Cindy, you can't say shit about men. Does she even know what they look like?
She's got a son. She's got to know.
All right.
She's got to know at least once.
And that's see what happened?
At least she's...
See what happened? She was like, fuck that, anteaters. No.
Let's talk about a dummy real fast because this really takes the cake. Britney Spears the other day claimed that she ran like a 5.4 second 100-meter dash. Now, just to give you like an insight.
Second?
Yeah, second. Now, NFL guys in the combine do like an 8-9 second 100-meter dash. All right? Usain Bolt, the world record, I believe. I'm sorry, not NFL combine. Usain Bolt, the fastest man ever to live.
Yeah.
Ran like an 8 or 9 second 100-meter dash. It's somewhere in that ballpark. Britney Spears claims she's faster than Usain Bolt and the fastest apparently person ever.
Really?
She put it on the thing. She goes, I can't believe it. I ran a 5-point-something. And everyone's
recently
like,
she ran it when she was a kid.
No, she never did. This is a straight up fucking fabrication that she's saying. But to put it like, no one was like, wait, Brittany, no, that doesn't seem right. Like, there's no way you're running a fucking 100-meter dash in fucking 5-point-something seconds. Usain Bolt does it in 9, and that's fucking Usain Bolt.
I think that is so funny that she would even talk about how fast she can run. But can you run fast though?
Yeah, she's like, look how fast I can run.
Her arms are swinging. What was it?
Running like Phoebe.
Yes.
Phoebe and Friends with her arms just flailing all over the place.
Yes. Oh, who put up that meme the other day?
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal
Yeah,
running.
was
Does
me.
he always run like that?
Yes, he does. It's
That
been a
is so
thing
weird.
for years that for some reason he runs Tyrannosaurus arms, but then flails them as he runs. It's
That's
the weirdest
so weird.
thing. If you've never seen Steven Seagal run, just throw it in YouTube. Put Steven Seagal running, and you'll see.
It was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen.
So fucking weird.
It was.
So weird. Do you want to talk about something? I don't know if you want to, but there was that Chris Benoit doc, and it hit you very hard. You actually had to shut it off. You were like, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
Now, we've watched murder documentaries before. We've watched, tons of murder stuff. What was it about that? I know there was a kid involved, but you've even watched children involved stuff.
All right. So watching this documentary and watching a grown man break down because his best friend had died, and watching him start to unravel and lose his mind, and then
Go on a rampage.
He went on a rampage, drugged his 8-year-old son to put him to sleep, and then fucking put a pillow over his face and suffocated him to death. And I am sorry. And he killed his wife as well. I'm sorry.
With Nancy, real quick, he put his knee in her
back
and
broke her, right?
Broke her fucking back, and then fucking tied her up, and then choked her out with a telephone cord.
Yeah, he did. Let's see who this is first, and then I'll go. Oh, yeah, good.
Scotty!
Hey.
What up, though?
Hi. What up, though? It's a long time no talk.
Sorry, continue. I just want to be here for this. I like it.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here.
Absolutely.
Watching the documentary, I feel that it kind of touched an inside of me, motherly, where I was like, how could you? I have never spanked my children. I have a 4-year-old, I have a 10-year-old, and I have a 20-year-old. And the things they've done, things they've put me through, I've never picked my hands up to my children. And he drugged and suffocated his son. And then they were trying to put him in the Hall of Fame.
No. There's people out there that are like, he should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm
no,
like,
he should not.
And then these same people, they sit there and try to defend it. Well, they're like, well, he had CTE and this, that. I go, no, this was a 3-day methodical thought. Like, he had time to think about this stuff. And he had time. Like, this wasn't a snap decision.
Yeah.
He tied a woman up. He drugged a young boy.
He planted Bibles, by the way.
Exactly. Like, this was a thought out thing. I don't give a fuck what his brain looked like. Yeah, he was fucked up. Yeah, he had CTE, but he knew what he was doing.
Might be the craziest thing ever to say, okay? But in this aspect, like when you're hating your life and hating yourself and you're thinking, I want to kill myself, I think that it's important for you to realize that you taking anyone else's life is like beyond.
It's selfish.
And I'm not saying, people should kill themselves. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you have these feelings, you have these issues. We understand you're feeling them. But this was a baby. He was only 8.
Leave the kid and the wife out of it. Just take your own life. The way he took his own life was vicious.
Wait, what did he do to himself?
He took the cable from a weight machine and he put as much weight as possible on. He even put like dumbbells on top of the weight. It was like 200 and something pounds he put on this weight machine.
Yeah.
And he pulled the thing, tied it around his neck, and released the weights, so the weights dropped and fucking yanked him up.
And he did that a day later, right? So he was there in the house for a day with the body.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he was there. Oh my God.
Yeah. Now my thing with the kid, like as a father, like you're the protector of your children. Like the confusion that must have been going on in that child's brain, going, why is he doing this? What is he doing? Like, you're my protector. Like, what the fuck is going on? How can this be? And then, not realizing maybe what's going on at first, but then, like, I can't breathe. What the fuck?
But he was asleep.
I don't. Yes, he gave him a Xanax, but maybe he woke up
in the midst of it.
See, much like Aaron Hernandez, they try to study the brain capacity of multiple concussions. Like Eddie and Chris took multiple chair shots to the head,
and
plus the roid rage on top of that.
Yeah.
So this is a contributing factor to it. And like doctors have been doing the studies on the brains of these athletes and stuff, especially from the concussions, dude. Yeah. And they do think differently. They have these murderous outrages. I don't know. It's really fucked up. Man.
Well, your brain rots, and like there's just these now like. It's basically like they said his brain when they took it out was pretty much like a fucking bowl of pudding. Like his shit was so fucked up. Because if you watch the chair shots these guys used to take in the 90s and the early 2000s, they are vicious.
Their wrestling matches back then were fucked up.
And if people
that was real, man.
People who don't watch wrestling who think those chairs aren't real, they're real fucking metal folding chairs. They always have been, and they were back then, and they still use them today. They just don't do the headshots. But during those times, pick up a fucking metal folding chair. Feel how heavy that shit is. Just swinging one is a challenge. Now, getting racked in the fucking brain by, let's say, I don't know, the Big Show, who's 500 pounds, swinging a chair at you, that motherfucker is taking your head off. And these guys would willingly take these shots. You hear Jericho, he even talked about it. He said, you just tighten up your neck, grit your teeth, and just take it. And it was like part of being the boys. Like, that was the business.
Remember Floyd Mayweather versus Big Show? How many chair shots Big Show took?
Yeah,
from Floyd. And that wasn't putting his hands up.
Yeah, thinking about this though, this way, like, how is this even a legal sport? How is this like
it's entertainment? The chair shot thing it was always a thing, even the hardcore matches, because it's like Jackass. You know what I mean? They're doing stunts. So, Mick Foley being thrown off the top of the cage, it's a stunt in a controlled environment.
He's not really controlled. Didn't he get really fucking hurt from that?
He got a concussion. His tooth came through, but surprisingly, he didn't get as hurt as you think he would from that. He got more hurt when he fell through the top of the cage and hit the match.
That's what I remember. Yeah, I remember that one.
Than he did getting thrown off the side. Getting thrown off the side, he was fine. It was the one, because the top of the cage wasn't supposed to break. And if you go back and watch the match, you could see the zip ties snapping as Undertaker and him are walking on top of this cage, and Taker chokeslammed him, and Mick Foley went through, and you watch his body hit that mat. And again, people who don't know wrestling, that mat is not a mattress. It's not a bed.
Not.
It's plywood and steel beams with maybe a half-inch worth of padding on it.
Yeah.
Now, if you
think, though, if you bring that up about Mick Foley, and how extreme he was, and the things that he done his whole wrestling career, and then we look at Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero and stuff, and we look at the chair shots with them, you got to think it's got to be the steroids on top of it.
Of course.
Mick Foley's fine. He's not going to kill his family.
Yeah, but
you know
Mick Foley, too, you make a great point, because if you look at the Royal Rumble match with The Rock and Mick Foley was handcuffed behind his back. And Rock, the Dwayne Johnson, for everyone who doesn't know The Rock, literally, it had to be 20 just straight up headshots with the chair.
Oh,
Mick Foley's
God.
children and wife were in the front row. They had to walk away, they couldn't watch it anymore. And The Rock was just teeing off on him on chair. It was hard to watch. That was probably the hardest thing to watch I've seen in wrestling.
I think steroids alone plays a big role in a lot of raging and not being able to control yourself. And once you stop doing that steroid, your body's going, I need this, and you don't get it. It's like any type of drug.
Well,
you're just going to...
The thing that happens with that is when you take steroids, it ramps up your testosterone, right? So your pituitary gland is what produces testosterone.
Right.
So once you stop, you've basically killed your pituitary gland.
You have a chemical imbalance. It's
like
bipolar.
And your pituitary gland stops producing testosterone to the point where now you kind of need the steroids to produce this stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's the huge drawback. That's why you see a lot of people who do steroids, they do them forever. Like Stallone and Schwarzenegger, they do steroids. Don't get it wrong. They're just now in a controlled environment of doing steroids. They now have the right doctors to do it for them, the right doses. Look at Stallone. He's 72 years old. Look at the shape he's in.
72?
Yes.
Oh.
And he's in the shape of a fucking... the shape Stallone is in is absolutely uncanny.
Yeah.
You look at that man, he's still shredded.
He's Donald Trump's age, man. Like, fuck.
Holy shit.
And he's shredded the fuck up.
Yeah.
Same with Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger's a little flabby because of all the roids he did, and now he was so big, he can't keep up that size at his age. So he looks flabby and shit, but he's still a fucking monster.
What about like Hulk? What about Hulk? Like his body, he still looks so solid. I mean, I want to know, this is a good question, ready? How come a guy's pectoral muscle will start here, but then as they get older, it gets longer?
Because it droops, just like a titty droops.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like an old ape. Yeah. Same thing.
I was just thinking about that the other day when I saw him without a shirt on.
Because you know how you do that pec dance, you know what I mean?
Yeah, how I make a bounce.
That's your muscle, but as you get bigger, as you get older and you can't work out as hard, or your body doesn't react the same because it's now wear and tear for so many years, you can't keep up that thing. So that muscle, you have it huge when you're 30, 40, it's huge and up here, but then it progressively starts to drop, just like a titty.
Look at Big Papa Pump. You guys must have saw recent pictures of him and his arms now.
Oh, yeah. Scott Steiner. He used to be, you might not know who he is. He was a genetic freak. That was his nickname, and he was gigantic. He was roided out to the fullest. But he never had pecs. That was the weird thing about him. He always had arms and chest. Arms, six-pack, and traps. But his chest was always he had that weird concave thing that Jericho and Kofi Kingston have.
It's so crazy. So
did you see the Hulk Hogan interview the other day, Jess?
I think was it the one he was just in the ring recently?
The one where he has the white beard and he's out on his deck in Florida talking about coronavirus.
Oh, no, she didn't. I saw that, though.
I saw him. I believe he was in the ring. But what made me think about it was that the match, not the match, the three of them. Who was that? NWO?
Yes.
They were
Yeah.
all in the ring and he wasn't there. But I'm looking at all of them and they're like, let me get off this chair. He's not like that.
Well, not anymore because he's had tons of surgery and he's got more money than those guys. He's probably doing stem cells now because everybody knows about stem cells now and knows that you can go to other countries and get all these stem cell shots. And so Hulk Hogan, he's like, I want to do another match. I want to have one more WrestleMania match. I want to, go out at WrestleMania and have one more match. And I believe that he could probably pull it off. Because
I think he can, yeah.
the way he works, I mean, he could have another match. He doesn't
What
work
about his
hard.
heart, though?
He's never had heart problems, nothing like
But
that.
look at Ric Flair. I mean, how old was he in his last match? We were all worried that he was going to die, kind of like, remember that wrestling movie with...
Mickey Rourke, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the wrestler.
But,
We thought Ric Flair was going to go out like that.
Hulk Hogan got that crazy lawsuit from Gawker. He got all his...
What's Gawker?
It was this website that released his sex tape. Yeah.
Oh.
And now he's still in the process of even getting more money because Gawker went bankrupt and they had to give every cent they had. He ended up getting like $32 million from them. But now he's suing someone else and he's looking to get, I think he just settled and it was an undisclosed amount. So Hulk Hogan's caked the fuck up. I mean, he got thrown through the fucking ringer with his divorce. He lost everything in the divorce.
Yeah.
His wife got everything, the houses, the cars, the money. He got fucking murdered in his divorce. But thankfully, the sex tape thing happened. He got all his, probably more money back.
Now
And
he's
now,
doing good.
Fun fact for y'all, just back to the Chris Benoit documentary for a second. Ken actually showed me an interview with Benoit's son, David Benoit, and he showed me that interview like 2 months ago. We had no idea about this documentary on Vice, Dark Side of the Ring, and Ken showed me that interview, and he was like, hey man, did you know that this David Benoit, he works up there with you in Fort McMurray in the oil sands? And I was like, no fucking way, dude. I had no idea. Yeah, he works out here on the rigs.
oh, no shit.
I had no idea he had another son.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. He looks just like him, though. That's what's crazy.
he looks exactly like him. They have those weird dark circles under their eyes. You ever see people like that? Like that's a shitty look. Like I always look at them and go, "You just look like you're dirty because of those
Look
weird
like
dark
Beastie from Care
circles."
Bears, bro. He look evil.
Or
Yeah,
tired. Yeah, like
yeah.
really tired looking.
But that poor kid, his life, like his dad is this notorious murderer now, and he is getting the brunt of it. Like
Oh,
like
shit.
WWF won't talk to him. Vince McMahon, they won't, and he's starting to like now try to wrestle. And a
For
couple,
AEW, yeah.
yeah, a couple people like Jericho and Chavo Guerrero took him under his wing, but nobody else will really touch this kid because of that Benoit stigma.
Which is sad because it's really not him. It was his dad's actions.
Yeah, which same with Nancy. Nancy now won't get put into the Hall of Fame, which woman Nancy Benoit 1,000,000% deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
100%,
She
yep.
was the opposite of Miss Elizabeth at that time, but she was right there as far as valets go. Like she wasn't this sassy little Southern Belle type thing. She was more like the rock and roll version of Elizabeth, you know? And
It's awesome that Chris Jericho put Nancy's sister and David Benoit together because he knew that only they could cope together of the losses that they both faced. You know?
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to switch it up really quick because that's what we should do.
It's depressing.
Yeah, it's depressing, and I have a better subject to talk about.
Go ahead.
So I want to ask you. I know you were on me a little bit last week and stuff like that. But I have this question. I was wondering, what you guys think about it. So let's just say you're married, okay, and it's your husband's birthday, and you're looking to get him a hookup for the night. Do you think that it's appropriate to hook your husband up like on his birthday because hey, it's his birthday, I might as well just get him fucking
Wait,
laid?
was that the thing?
Yeah, that was
I thought it was your boy was trying to get you hooked up.
No, it says, would you hook up your man? Would you, let me actually get the word for word. But it was a subject of
I thought it was your husband's birthday. He's going out with his friend. Is it all right for his friend to try to hook him up?
Hold on, I
think
got
that's
it
what
in my
was.
email. Hold on, it's in the email. It's an email I got from somebody, so this is not like made up. Let me just get to the
Well,
email.
someone sent us a tweet from somebody else on the brand. They do a show where it's like one of these would you rather type things. And they sent it to us. I don't know why they sent it to us. I think they were trying to start something, really.
I'm sure.
But I mean, it was a decent question. So
No, yeah,
we're not putting them down.
No,
It was-
I'm just
yeah.
asking because I want to see what everybody else says. 'Cause
No,
there
but
was
you know how things can get misconstrued.
There was percentages here, and there was 20% that said yes, it's his birthday. No, respect his marriage. Is it okay to hook your married? You're right.
Yeah.
Your married friend up on his birthday when his wife is out of town for work.
Yeah, no, of course not. No, cheating's cheating. It's not. Who cares if it's his birthday?
That's
You're like, babes, it was my birthday.
birthday.
What the
Come
fuck?
on, my
What's the
birthday.
big deal? I fucked a different girl. It was my birthday.
I wanted to bring it up because I wanted to get everybody's perspective on it. Like, if you were out with somebody and they were married, would you try to get them hooked up?
See, I wouldn't try to, but I would never stand in the way of my friend's own actions. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of swingers out there, too. You got to understand that. And there's a lot of people that are down with this. I know a ton of people. My sister was like this on her second husband. And they always ordered girls and stuff, and then it was her turn, so they'd order a guy. So they were both kind of like
Order
bisexual.
like prostitutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, they would order prostitutes and shit like that. Yep.
Which, you know what, though? That's kind of smarter because there's no connection whatsoever. It's only about sex.
Could you imagine if all of a sudden the doorbell rings and it's actually somebody you know?
Well, that would be
What would you do
hilarious.
at that point?
Yeah.
If you were like, oh, shit.
It was like your cousin. You're like, what the
babysitter from last
Oh,
week.
gun compartment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a gun compartment. No, because I've never been out where I've seen a friend who is married. Anytime I see my friends that I've heard anything, I look at them and go, are you fucking done? I'm the worst person to do anything around because I'll tell your wife. I'll tell your wife, I'll tell your husband, I am not the one. I don't like it. And especially if they're both my friends, I'll look at the one who's not doing right and go, you got an opportunity from now until Friday. If you don't come clean, I'm coming clean for you.
See,
it's just who I am.
No, but that's a woman thing. Men thing is not my
It's not a
my
woman
shit,
thing.
not my problem.
It's a I will never want to be the one that they go, did you know about this? And then I'm like, yeah, but I can't do that. If my husband was out there and someone saw him, I'd want them to go, hey, so I saw Rock over here. I just do what I think would be the right thing I'd want someone to do for me.
Yeah,
I gotta say, Jess, that he just took it off, but Rocky had the greatest angle the whole time on you.
What?
For me. I don't know if it's on the stream or if it's for me. Right down your top.
Oh, you're looking down my top?
Well, it was.
The whole time.
Oh, I mean, you can't really see down.
I shut it off. Well,
Can't see
but it's
down,
a great
right?
cleavage
Yeah,
angle.
look at this. Look at this view.
Yeah, it's a great
All
angle.
right.
It's a great angle.
And I'm in pajamas. I'm sitting here in my pajamas on. I'm in a Indian style crisscross applesauce.
Crisscross applesauce.
No, but I don't know. For me, I thought about that, and I was like, that is really fucking rude.
No, but that's a guy girl thing. There's the way girls react to that, and guys like. I'm not gonna.
Rocky, did you ever tag team a girl with a guy?
No, never.
With another guy.
No. But I
what
would.
about you, vice versa for you guys? You ever? Had
No,
another girl?
we have never ever swung, never shared.
No.
I was with women for a long time before I obviously was with Rocky, but for about 10 years
I got
solid.
that magic stick.
And no past nights, like, hey, you can go out and do this.
No.
No,
Let me
no.
tell you, and I'm going to be
No.
100% right now. God, trust me, this is 100%. At least 6 nights a week. We're very physical. We have a great connection when it comes to sex, and I'm young and I'm very into it. And he's got like a fucking 20-year-old libido. It's amazing. But for other people, like we're more of I don't mind someone watching.
Yeah.
I don't care if someone can see us hooking up. I
Like
don't
if
care.
you heard our hedonism show, we were in a room full of people that were fucking all around us, and
They happen to stop though, every single one, and stare at me when I walked in naked because they were
No.
all like, "Who the fuck is this?"
No.
But yeah, we did actually
But we
have
don't-
sex.
we don't share,
in
though,
front of
you know?
In
about.
public, though.
50
That's cool.
people.
I'm down with that.
Well, in hedonism, there's this room called the playroom where you go into it, and it's literally just mattresses on the floor, but nice. Like
No,
there's
yeah,
a,
it's
there's
not
a pool
mattresses, it's-
and a shower. Like
Yeah,
it's
there's
this
a
nice
jacuzzi.
thing.
There's sex rooms, so one
Yeah.
had a swing, one
So,
had couches.
we just took up a spot in the middle of the room and we started doing our thing. Now, we're not really paying attention to everyone around us, because we're just doing our thing. But the thought of people watching us and looking at us
was
is hot.
really hot.
Yeah.
It was really hot. If I didn't have children, I would definitely do porn with my husband. Like I would definitely do a cam with my husband. I have no issues. I'm not insecure like that, and I have scars everywhere from
you guys got mirrors in the bedroom, so yeah.
we
man.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have those big salon mirrors from like roof to ceiling, from ceiling to floor. I'm sorry, roof to ceiling. And I caddy cornered them from my bed so you can see every angle.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
But I like that.
Right now, I'm taking a video of the angle that I got that the audience don't have.
You can take any.
Upload this
You
to
can
Drama
listen.
Club. You
You
got to come on this show, bro. You get a great angle behind the scenes.
and you should tell him like
No,
get
but
in
God,
here.
you're
We're
the
talking
only one
about
getting that
sex.
angle because there's a second camera that's used for the Skype, and I don't know.
I can see that.
It's all because
Yeah.
it's fucking Scott, right?
But
So-
I don't know how to do what Richie does, where he changes the camera. So I'm just like, fuck it.
Fuck it. Let him just stare
Yeah,
at
no,
it.
it's only Scott sees it.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I feel like, and being out with my husband, walking around hedonism, like his dick dick is out. And I was mostly topless, but I was not during the day comfortable. So at night I would be walking around naked, no problem. But during the day I was kind of like, I'll wear a bikini, or I'll wear a thong, or I'll wear like, a little see-through shirt or something. But I always felt like looking at everybody else was easier for me. And there was not, you either had a girl with a beautiful face and a busted body, or a busted body and a busted face and a beautiful body. It was always opposite. I didn't see anybody there that was like hot.
And you know what it is too? Like, I feel like because of how good we are with each other, that being with someone else or adding someone else to the mix, I'm just like, you're not going to be able to hang. Like, they're just not going to be able to hang with our sexual prowess. Like, we're on next level type sex shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, someone coming into our world, I don't know if they'd even be able to. I think they would be like boring to us. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you stink.
Yeah, like, cause just
get
some
outta
lazy.
here.
You're the worst.
Yeah.
For me, in my perspective of looking at people coming into our relationship, I am completely satisfied. I don't like guys like that. I mean, I've been with men before, but I've never been like, oh, cock. Ever. I've never been that way. I've always been more into women and breasts, and I like the female body. But when I got with Rocky, I'm going to be 100, and I'm not trying to just like suck his dick right now. I had like this feeling in my stomach, like that I think it's because we have that, like, we love each other. And I know him since I'm fucking 13. There is nothing that he doesn't know from who I've dated, what I've done.
Really? 13?
13,
Yeah,
we've known each other.
Since,
so
high
it's
school.
not like I just met him and I have secrets. This motherfucker knows me. And to people who think he doesn't know stories, I have told him stories about even getting people. He knows what it is. I don't have to lie to my husband. He knows me. And same goes for him.
He was a hustler a little bit.
I was a little bit. I was like one of those, like, maybe you'll get it, and they never got it, but they spent like $3,000 paying my bills. I was like that, and I'm not saying it was okay, but when I was younger, I was really hot, and I just did what I wanted. When it came to being with Rocky, the first thing we said was, before 2012, I don't give a shit if you fuck the football team. I don't care. If before 2012 had nothing to do with him. It's not his fucking business. It's not my business.
Yeah.
Right.
So even
No,
when
right.
people tried to meddle, tried to tell him things. I had emails. People tried to tell me things, and we both looked at each other like, we already know. You know, we already know. Okay, so like, why are
cool,
you?
though.
Yeah, and that's I think what it is about us that is so different. Our sex is great because we're really into each other and very honest. I got married one
We
time.
got to get your brother in here, Jess, for this one.
Oh my! Yeah, right. That's on one for the night. I have to be honest. I'm not letting anybody come over. My brother is a personal trainer, so he does see people, and Nicole also works for daycare, so she
He
sees
looks
kids.
huge, man. Is he like training to wrestle, or just a
He's,
trainer?
no,
he's
he's
just-
just
he's
grass
just
fed
trained.
CrossFit trainer. Yeah, he's
I
like
for
all
years I've
organic.
been telling him.
He's
He's
37.
Really?
36. He's a year younger than you.
I've been
Looks
trying
like
to-
he's in his mid-20s.
Yeah, dude, I've been trying to get him to be a wrestler for years. Ever since I've met
He
him.
doesn't have the aggression.
No, but you don't need it though. You don't.
You
It-
kind of do. My
Nah.
brother's a
He's the aggression in the
softie.
persona.
He's
Yeah.
sweet. He's very just like, I'd rather, you know.
I gave him a persona
seems
he could
shy.
play. He could
Yeah.
play the cocky, arrogant asshole, and I was like, dude, it's easy to be a heel. I was like, you got the body. You just walk around going, I'm fucking better than all of you.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. He's super sweet though, and yeah, he's been like this for a long time. He's very, very healthy. He even helped Nicole with her 185 pounds. Fucking God rest her. She's doing so amazing. She's the best
Yeah.
for losing all that weight. He's
Holy
helped her
shit.
as well. Yeah, Nicole has been my friend since I'm about 13 years old, and she was pushing 325 at my wedding.
Yeah.
And now she's only 45 pounds heavier than me.
Like I look
I
at
need a
the
trainer like that.
I look at the wedding pictures and I'm like, that's a completely different person.
She's amazing.
Yeah, like it's
And how old's
incredible.
Nicole? I seen
Nicole's
her.
my age. She's 38.
Yeah, she's 38.
But Mark too. Like if you ever need anything, he's open to talk via internet, ask him questions. He's been helping Josh with a regimen. Josh's been working
Big
out and
Josh.
doing well. But he's awesome like that on the internet. If you ever want to say, hey, what's something I can do every day to just get myself in shape, and he'll give you a rundown. He's a really awesome. So you just tell him I sent you over there to him. But But back to the whole relationship thing, I think a lot of people frown or even may look and go, oh my God, she took her husband to hedonism. She must be a swinger, or he must be looking for other women. But that's not even it. We love the act of could they see us? And even when we went to Couples Resort for our honeymoon was at Couples Resort in Jamaica. That
right
is not
next door
nude.
to hedonism.
That is not nude, though. Yeah. Everybody there, the women there, I'm not kidding, Scott, looked at me like I was a prostitute because I was walking around in little booty shorts.
They tried to rob you, Jess, and braid your hair?
No, they were looking at me. One girl called me a gold digger.
No, the people like
the girls, the women that were there,
working, the women that were there
with their husbands.
One
woman looked at me and she was like, a gold digger, and I looked at my husband. I'm like, do you have money I don't know about? Gold digger. Shit. I'm like, the fuck? I'm his wife. I have a ring on. I'm his wife.
Every white girl I know that goes down there, like the locals, they get them in the alley, try to braid their hair, give them dreads, whatever, and then they just
no, you don't leave the resort.
No, I never left the resort.
You don't leave the resort.
I had actually things to go horseback riding. I had all these different things for my wedding from people, and I was like, I cashed it in for a couple massage because I'm like, I'm not leaving the resort.
Which was the worst experience of my life.
But you guys ever went to Amsterdam?
No. We didn't go to Amsterdam.
I actually wrote that down. Excursions on vacation. To me, that takes out vacation. Like when I go to vacation, I want to do as little as possible.
Yeah.
Like, and I get it. Yeah, we can go see waterfalls or ride horses there. But I don't give a shit. Like, I really don't. Wow, a waterfall. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
No, well, listen. The difference is, like, if we were in Sedona, Arizona, and walking through caves, that'd be interesting.
But that's why I'm there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
When we went to Jamaica, it was like driving through Jamaica, might I say, is very poor.
Yeah.
And very sad.
And everywhere they want to take
sad.
you, it's an hour and a half there or 2 hours there and then 2 hours back. And I'm like, now I just wasted a whole day when I could just be chilling at the resort, drinking, eating, and doing nothing.
That's what we did.
Which is, for vacation, that's what I want. I want to do as little as possible.
Really quick, all right? I have a funny story really quick about hedonism. So we were there for 3 days before Rocky got me on the beach nude during the day. I did not want to go out there nude. I was like, I want to wear my bathing suit, so we stayed on the prude side because there's two sides, a prude side and a nude side. Prude side, you can be naked if you want to, but you can be dressed if you want to. Nude side, girls have to either be topless or bottomless, and men have to be completely naked. No fucking choice. Really? There's security standing on the beach that'll go, take it off, let's go. This woman came to me. I'm at the bar, and I'm wearing a bikini, and I'm getting food. It was like 12 o'clock at night, and she was like, you need to take something off. I was like, I'm just grabbing food. She goes, something's got to go, top or bottom. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll take off my bottom. And I took off my bottom. Everybody was like, oh my God, like that's I would take bottom off before my top.
I wasn't there
boobs
5 minutes before my dick was
boobs
out.
Boobs are boobs. I'm like, but down here, I'm like, I'm so much more comfortable with that.
I was immediately naked there.
He was. Hey, we actually pulled to the resort. He pulled his shorts off. It was pretty funny. But now listen, we're sitting on the beach. It's broad daylight, okay? And there's this girl sitting next to me. I'm talking about butt ass naked. I'm topless. Have my bottom on. She's butt naked with her foot like in her lap, kind of like how I'm sitting right now. So her vagina's wide open, sitting there. And I mean, I didn't give a fuck, whatever. But she's looking at her. No, she's looking at her foot, and I'm like, "What happened to your foot?" And she's like, "Oh, I was walking through the beach, and a sea urchin climbed into my foot, and they don't have doctors here, so I had to start taking it out myself until the doctor came, and then they have to cut it out of your foot because sea urchins will like dig deeper,
start burrowing into your shit."
So she's like looking at her foot, her vagina's hanging out, and I'm looking at her going, I'm not going in that fucking water. Yeah. I'm not going in there. So I tried it. I got close. The water was to like my knee. I looked at Rocky. I'm like, I'm getting out. I need to get out. I wouldn't even go in the beach water because I was so scared. I had no water shoes to go in there. It was fun, but now I know how to pack for next time. It was a really good time.
That's one trip I suggest everyone takes. Like if you're able to handle it and you're not a jealous type.
Yeah, you can't be jealous though.
Yeah,
There's tits
you have
and
to
ass
be completely
and
open-minded and just
everywhere.
know that you're going into a place where people are going to hit on you. People are going to try to fuck you as a couple.
We had a couple people.
Dude, we were in the hot tub, just me and her, and this fucking big black guy comes over, and I mean, not like in shape, like he looked like fucking Kenan Thompson from Saturday Night Live.
It was so
and he comes
funny.
over and he's chatting us up, and I'm looking at him going, do you really think you have a shot with us? Like,
we had two couple friends though, two couples that like were regulars there, and they were both black but really fucking awesome. Neither one of them really tried to fuck with me, except for one girl grabbed my tit in the hot tub. She was like, I have to grab them, and I'm like, okay. She goes, they look so good. Are they real? And I'm like, yeah, they're real. And she was like, they're fucking beautiful. I'm like, thank you. I don't like to show them to a lot of people.
They're
That's
not
the truth.
all older couples, but I would say the majority is between 45 and 65.
Yeah, there's nobody young there. Nobody.
Yeah.
But when we were in the hot tub, there was a lot of people trying to talk with us. We were walking down like the resort pathway going to our room, and there's a girl sucking her man's dick right there outside.
Yeah, like on the walkway path.
Yeah.
Sitting outside, like literally sucking his dick. She took it out. She was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Good. How are you?" And then she went back to sucking his dick as he's talking to us.
But now he's just having a regular conversation with me. But they were talking about like Deadpool and Marvel movies and shit.
It was fucking hysterical and a great time. And the
Just like
hospitality
another day in
there.
the books.
Yeah.
The hospitality there was beautiful.
Oh, yeah,
the people that worked there made you
That's
feel like
everyone
you
in
were
Jamaica,
royalty.
though.
It was
Everyone in
beautiful.
Jamaica
It was
is
nice.
Yeah.
But the thing is with this kind of trip, like you have to understand, like even at 7-Eleven, I get hit on. If I go to the corner store, I get hit on. If I'm in food shopping, my daughter goes, "Why are you staring at my mom?" It just happens. So my husband knows I'm with an attractive woman. Whether we're at couples resort dressed and I'm wearing a bikini, men are staring at me. Or if we're at here and I'm naked, they're staring at me. He knows. He knows.
Yeah,
I
but
will never.
Scott, as a
I will
man,
never leave him.
Wouldn't you want a girl that people are staring at and looking at and
I
trying to
do.
fuck? Like you don't.
do,
I don't want someone that
100%.
no one wants to fuck. Like who wants to be with that
100%,
ugly
dude.
bitch? You know?
Here's the only problem, right? I definitely I'm totally on board with that. But the one problem I have is when I was in the military and I got engaged to Lynn. She was from Victoria, BC. We were 21. We were young, dumb, infatuated with each other. We got engaged. We got engaged because the sex was so good, and we were taking videos all the time and all that shit. So that's why we got engaged. We were young and dumb. We were infatuated, not in love. But here's the thing: when we broke up, or not, why we broke up, I should say, is because she moved to Cape Breton with me, and then she moved out of Cape Breton back to Victoria, BC. And I went and I served my last 2 weeks in the military and voluntary released, and then I was going to move out there with her. And she told me the night before I moved she was going to become a stripper. Other men were looking at her. She was showing her tits in the bar, and I had to deal with that.
That's a little different.
'cause now she's giving lap dances. That's different.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I can't deal with that.
Yeah,
going
that's
with
different. People
going
are
with
now
someone
touching,
you
yeah.
love. Yeah, going with someone you love is a big difference. Nobody touched me except for the woman in the hot tub, and an old man slapped my ass while I was
mistaken identity.
Yeah, while I was riding,
Yeah.
I was riding Rocky and fucking him, and some guy walked by and smacked my ass, and I turned around because in the reaction of I didn't know I'm a mom, so I was like, no touching, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I thought you were
And then
someone else."
his wife-
And then his wife was like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck are you doing?" But in that moment, I handled myself. I don't think I'm not trying to knock anybody
I kept
who
my
does.
stroke during the whole time.
Yeah, he did. I'm not trying to say like anybody out there who does what they do to pay their bills. I'm not judging you at all. But in a relationship, becoming a stripper or being a stripper isn't appropriate because it is sexually touching other people. There is no touching.
Yeah.
When you're out in a relationship.
Absolutely.
That's a different breed of
I'm sorry that happened to you, Scott.
understanding.
Well, listen, dude, I'm telling you, Jess, that shattered my heart.
I'm sure it did.
It ruined me, man. It really did. It ruined me from women. And after that, I've had nothing but bad relationships. So when I was about 30, I'm 34 now, I quit dating, dude. I'm not even joking.
You know
because
what?
you're expecting
I'll be
the
honest,
worst
I
out of
haven't had
women.
sex in like 3 years.
You're expecting the worst out of women,
to me.
though, and that's not
Listen to me.
fair, though.
Scott,
I want love, dude. I'm old. I don't want to hook up anymore. I hooked up my whole life. I fucking banged everything. Thought I was the cool guy. It's not what it's about, man.
It's not. Listen, what we're going to do, Scott, is one day you and I are going to get on a video, and I'm going to talk with you a little bit. I really think I can help you. And I know that it sucks. I've been fucking hurt before, too, like big time. I'm not talking about just, oh, my God, he wanted to be a stripper. I was with someone 3 years who slept with people all the fucking time and then would tell me to my face, I tried to fuck, but I was too coked out. So I was with abusive relationships, too, when I was younger. It sucks, but if you keep that in the back of your mind, that's all you're going to attract.
Now, see,
you're right about that.
You got to change your mindset, and more difference will come to you.
I went the opposite way.
Go ahead, Rocky.
I went the opposite way. When I got my heart broken, like really broken for the first time, this switch went off in me that I was like, oh, I got it all figured out now. Like, yeah, there was that period of, oh, this sucks, I'm devastated, yada, yada. Once that passed, though, I was like, ooh. Like something, I don't know why, I don't know how, but I was like, I got chicks figured out now. Like they did something to me where I was like, now it's my turn. You know what I mean? Like because of this bitch breaking my heart,
You know,
I'm gonna take it out on some of you bitches. Like, I know it's shitty to say, but it like
You're
this
right.
switch went off where it was like, okay, now.
Well, sometimes you go through that.
But
It's so
I-
freaking
you have to.
But
It's human nature.
I was throwing bitches away, like at a point where it was like, no, because there was just so many options where I was like, I got it figured out. Like, I can have any chick in this club and easily. And like, even if you listen to like someone like Patrice O'Neal, I know I bring him up a lot, but Patrice O'Neal's an ugly fucking man. But that dude was able to pull any bitch he want, because it's not about how you look. And I'm not saying my looks are like Patrice O'Neal. I'm a handsome guy. But what I'm saying is it's about your mentality, your approach, the way you treat women, and the way you expect to be treated back. But also,
You're right.
there's this, in the beginning, there's this little bit of, I like you, but not like that. So take it easy.
Yeah.
And you don't let them see your hand.
You
You,
ha-
don't show your hand until it's time to show your hand.
Well,
That's right. You're right. I
let's-
see. Rocky's right, because I jumped the gun. Sorry, Jess. Just real quick, I
No, go
jumped the
ahead.
gun with women, like especially after all the abysmal relationships and the last couple that I've had. Like the last girl I dated, her parents were apparently RCMP officers. She told me that she doesn't do drugs, but she actually was working with a drug cartel, and she made meth, and her parents were RCMP officers. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And like then I went into her house. No, for real. And then I went into her house, and she wasn't lying. And I was in this house, and her parents with their RCMP uniforms were all over the fucking house and shit, all on the wall. And I'm like, what the fuck? And she said, yeah, they took me in, man, from Ontario. But I had a meth lab. Like, I was a big drug kingpin because of chemistry. But she didn't do it herself. And that's the last girl I slept with. So it really fucked me up. And then she, like, ghosted me and changed her name.
Oh, my God.
And, like, she
Jesus.
could have been a
How
fugitive.
big is your cock?
On the fucking run. And the cops were protecting her. Like, I didn't know what the fuck
Yeah.
was going on, dude. And that really fucked me up mentally. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
You just had
let me
a string of bad
let me
luck.
just really quick like put this into some perspective, because me and Rocky always tell my daughter, who's 20 and dating, we always say, you don't want to be the one to like them more. You want them
Yeah.
to like you more, because in this situation, not that I want my daughter to pull rank because she's beautiful, but you want to be respected. So you want them to want you a little bit more. So when
Yeah.
Rocky and I first started hanging out, he was mid-divorce and I was still with girls, and I wasn't, and he was doing his thing. And for the first like 6 months, we're like, whatever. We're just hanging out. We're friends, smoking blunts, chill, watching movies, whatever. When we decided to be together, there was a short, brief moment where Rocky was like, you know what, Jess, I need to finish things with the divorce. I need to figure things out. I need a break. And I
Wait a
looked
minute,
at him.
Rocky was married before?
Yes,
Yeah.
Rocky's,
Yeah.
he was
Oh.
married.
My second marriage.
Yeah. So when this was all going on, I looked at him and I was like, oh, you're telling me now after I slept with you and fucking gave it to you and I didn't give it to half of all you want, now you're going to pull away from me? So for about a month, I was that girl who sent him pictures of flowers that got sent to me. I sent him pictures of me out to dinner on a date with someone else. And I would be like, you don't want me. There's plenty who do. So all I had to do was I roll reversed it. And then my birthday came and he was like, I need to see you. And I'm like, fuck that. And he's like, please, let me just see you. Seriously, I made him sweat a little bit because I'm like, who are you going to tell me
Yeah, but
you don't
Scott,
want me?
See how she's explaining this. Now let me let you in on the secret.
Fuck you.
I got her
Reverse
to do.
psychology, Rocky.
I got her to do all that shit for a month. She cared enough to want to show me the flowers, to want to be like, I'm doing this, I'm doing
I
that.
did.
And that is my point. Is that, and I'm not saying like I was like planning like I'll show her, but
In your mind, you
No,
knew.
it was a
Considers their
subconscious
way of letting
thing.
You know that they care about you.
yeah, it was a subconscious thing in my head going, okay. Pull away and let her chase you now a little bit.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's a
mean?
Girls like to play games more than men. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, they're the biggest game players, and that's why, as a man, once you figure the game out, you're untouchable.
The
As a-
reason why, Rocky, is because men can't play the game as
No,
well as
they're
girls
too
can.
eager.
Girls know that people want to fuck them. Guys go out trying to...
surprisingly, they don't. Surprisingly, you see, Scott, you would think that, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, women like to play a lot. They, like you said, they like to play games. Surprisingly, most women are naive to the fact that every guy wants to fuck them. My wife and my daughter included.
Really?
My daughter now finally realizes it because I have taught her the ways of men and how they think.
Well, now listen,
Wow, that's
I
a
play
take.
pool. I play pool. Okay, I was on a pool league. I was on an 8-ball team. I was a 3. I was really good, and I was loving it. But every Tuesday night, I'd be out at 3 different bars playing in my league. And I was about to go to Vegas for a tournament. Like that's how good. I have plaques on my mother's
We got it. You
bar
got a
wall.
pool.
I was really doing good, okay? But
Yeah,
when
right.
I decided with Rocky that he was going to be the one for me. Not that I thought nobody wanted to fuck me, but I thought it was really inappropriate for me to be out in a bar with 50 men who were staring at me as I play pool. So I quit the team. And he was like, "You don't got to quit the team. Why are you doing that? Go play pool. That's what you love. I have pool sticks, all right? Made professional pool sticks." And I was like, "Fuck that.
With dildos
You're
in
more
them.
important."
Yeah.
He was more important to me. So pool went to the side. You know, like when we were done playing for that month of getting at each other, we decided this is what we wanted. Then we did what we had to do in the relationship. But we didn't get here by going, "Well, he fucked me over, so now I'm fucking you."
But Scott, ready?
You gotta
Look,
let things
this
go.
is how naive she is, or
Fuck,
was.
don't start.
This is how naive she
do
was. We'll be out. I step away if we're at the movie theater to go get a soda or whatever. Some guy will walk up and go, "Love your tattoos." And I look at her when I come back because then I walk over and the guy's like, "Oh, my," and fucks off. But I look at her and go, "That guy wanted to fuck you." She's like, "No, he was just talking about my tattoos. He liked my tattoos." I go, "No,
Yeah, but
he didn't." I go, "Put your arm, next time that happens, hold your arm back and say, name one fucking thing on my arm." Okay? Because they'll never be able to. That's their in.
But
That's their in
you're
to
right.
talk
You're right.
to
Rocky's
you.
right, but here's the thing. Don't you think, Rocky, just for a second, that females and Jess included, they know what these guys are doing?
I think
They're just telling you that they don't.
I think no, because again, like I've dealt with it with my daughter Anna. Like she's like, "No, he's just my friend." I'm like, "No, Anna, no guy wants to be your friend.
Well, hold on.
You're
How
a
old's
pretty
your
girl.
daughter?
No guy wants to be your friend.
How
Every
old
guy
is your
wants to
daughter?
get in your
She's
pants."
20.
She's 20.
She'll be 21
Oh,
September.
She's 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
oh,
did you have your first kid?
I had my daughter when I was just 18.
Oh, same with my sister. All right,
Yeah, but
same with my
it was
nephew.
a
19,
long
so-
relationship that I was talking about earlier. But I had her young.
Yeah, but I've taught her
But
the
she's
ways
gorgeous.
of man.
She blows me out. The
And
water.
so
She's
I sit there and
gorgeous.
I'm like, "Anna, no guy wants to be your friend. Every guy is trying to fuck you." And she's like, "No, Dad." I'm like, "Yes, Anna." Now she's finally, because she's starting to realize it. You know what I mean? And she's starting to wake up to it. And she's like, "Dad, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
you
it's
know,
good
no
that she
guy
has
wants to
you
be."
around then, and that's a big important role for females too, man. Is to have a father in their life.
Well, a lot
I'm
of dads
telling you,
won't talk to their daughters the way I do.
No,
either.
he's so close to Anna, like as if
I'm not
she's
getting
been with him
into
forever.
detail about her sex life, but when it comes to guys, I told her straight up. I'm like, never love him more than he loves you. That's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
rule. At least not in the while you're dating. If once you get engaged and you're married, yes, share the same love. But while you're dating, never love him more. And if you do,
difficult.
don't show him. Always
Well,
be in the power position.
So, but this is my thing, okay? I'm gonna send you a link of a really awesome. I'm talking about a 45
my
minute.
porn site.
Yeah, to your porn site. I'm gonna send you a link. I'll get
Me
your
and
thing from
on the
Rocky.
Hercules. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all right. It's for a 45-minute quick read. Okay, it's quick, but it's one of the most
45
amazing.
minutes.
Yeah, 40 to read the whole book. It's one of the most amazing things I've ever read when it came to self-work on myself and letting things go, because I have a lot of things that hold me down, Scott, from my dad dying in front of me, dealing with my daughter and my ex, dealing with like a lot of things in my sister's a drug addict, like, prostituting herself all over Florida right now. There's a lot of things that I deal with in my life that I look and go, you know what? I need to just stop and be silent and collect my thoughts, because what we do now is what's going to attract what happens tomorrow. So it's a really quick thing. I'm going to send it to you, and I really want to help you, because if you want to be comfortable and have somebody, you don't have to think, what are they doing? Where are they going? You need to work with you first, and I want to do that for you.
you got to drop that
Thank
baggage
you.
from the
let,
past.
Let me tell you about comfortability, Jess.
Go.
I'm in a house now where I don't got a lock on my door, so like the roommate will walk in sometimes. I'm trying to masturbate, right? So like I even put it on my Facebook today.
Dry,
put it
might I
on-
add.
I put it on my Facebook status today, and I swear this is happening to me my whole life, okay? It's not just now where I'm at. This has been happening since my aunt caught me masturbate when they came up to the fucking window when I was 16. I was watching like American Pie or something, and I'm on the couch. The parents
Shannon
are-
Elizabeth.
On the
I got it.
couch.
I got it.
Yeah, I'm on a Chesterfield. I won't say couch like a Canadian. All right, I'm on a Chesterfield, and I'm sitting there and I'm jacking it, and then my aunt comes up the window, knocks in, looks right in at me, man, dick out. And I'm like, nah. So I have to answer the door, and I'm like, yeah, Mom and Dad are not home. And everybody's red because they caught me, right? So I'm one of them people, I have a curse where I'm always getting caught masturbating and putting on porn. And I swear
That
to
is
God, it's
fucking
still
awesome.
going on. Like today it happened. So I updated my Facebook status. I said, this is my Facebook status today. I swear to fuck, every time I put on porn, the phone starts ringing. I'm getting fucking messages on Facebook. There's someone at my fucking door knocking, walking in. And that happened today, man. It's like a guy can't fucking masturbate, man.
Dude, that's crazy that people are just walking in on you. Well, they don't
Yeah,
know how to knock.
I don't have a lock on this
Yeah,
goddamn
but they're
door.
your
Like,
roommate. It's not like it's your
moving.
mom.
Can you
know what I
slide
mean?
your
moving
bed
over
in
here
front of the
somewhere.
door?
I'm gone in a month with my buddy. Sober gone. Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
fucking crazy.
Well, I'm sorry you keep getting caught.
I mean, it's just like I can't even fucking like. Jess is trying to help me out with other things, but I can't even masturbate properly. But and I don't know if it's a curse, but it's like I put on a porn, and I swear
It's
to God,
because
my
you
phone
say
goes
it.
up. My
It's
friend
because you
was
say
telling
it
me,
right
"Hey,
now.
man,
You're
Because you're
manifesting
saying
it.
you're manifesting
Yeah.
it in your brain that every time you jerk off, you're going to get interrupted, and that's what's happening. So what you need to say is, I am
Yeah.
going to have my own alone time,
Scott,
and
next
nobody's
time
going to
someone walks
bother
in
me.
on you, just lock eyes and don't stop.
You're right. I
Just
should
lock
lock
eyes with them and be like, "This is
Like,
what
what's
this is.
up? This is what we do
happening.
now."
This is happening now. This is what you get. You want to walk in on me? This is what you get. Stare at me right in the eyes, motherfucker."
When I masturbate, I set up the candles and everything. So like, I should pick
You
the
have
candle
candles
up.
on?
Yeah, I should pick the candle up and walk to the door with the dick out. Like, hello.
Even better, lock eyes. Don't stop masturbating. Pick up the candle and pour the wax on yourself, and don't react to it. Just keep staring, and just fucking really freak them out.
Wait. Let me ask
You're
you.
right.
Let me
That's
ask
what I
you.
gotta start doing. They'll never. It's like Jehovah's Witness.
They'll never
That's
walk
what
in
they do
again,
when
bro.
they-
They will never walk
to
in
connect
again.
with you. I need to connect with you.
I have him on Skype.
All right, I need to connect with you via maybe we can get a chat going on Facebook or something so I could talk to him in an email or something.
Yeah.
But I need to get in touch with you and help you out. And before I let you go, I have one question.
Rocky just said no.
No, I said
He
yeah.
said yeah.
I
He
said
said yeah.
Oh.
Listen, I have one question for you, and then I'm gonna let you go so we can close out the show. If there was a porn with Rocky fucking me, would you buy it?
Yeah.
I love it, and I wanted to know because I was hated for so long. I was hated for so long. I
Well,
love
no,
the
you know
love.
what it was? It was the easy attack that people try to do, and no matter how many times I say it, I'm like, I know what my wife looks like. It's not going
Do
to
you
bother
guys
me.
understand that if you created a Patreon and your content for Patreon tiers were porns, how much fucking money you'd make?
I know.
Yeah, I
But I
know.
have
You
I
got
have a
kids,
son.
though.
Chatterbait, dude.
I have a
You got
son, dude.
kids,
He's
man.
10 now. Could you imagine him at 20 being like, "Mom,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I have no idea. It's my twin
Be like,
sister.
you know what it is? The BMW you're driving. Shut the fuck up. That's what it is.
Just don't
All
watch
right?
it, motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, I
You
really.
missed the boat on that one.
Oh my God, I love it, and I appreciate that you called in, Scott.
All
We
right,
will reach
Scotty.
out via email.
Before I go, not to bring the mood down, before I go.
Go.
This is crazy, guys. Breaking fucking news. Yellowstone National Park, the supervolcano, just hit a 6.5 magnitude earthquake. That shit could end the world, and it hit Idaho
No
just
shit.
today.
Holy
Wow.
shit!
Oh, no
Yeah,
shit. We'll have to
whatever.
look into that.
I'm gonna look into that. Maybe next week we
we'll
talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
mean, that's crazy, man.
Do you
All right,
have him
guys,
on
thanks.
Facebook?
No, Scott, go to
Go to
just
Facebook,
search
Rocky Jessica, and follow us so I
Add
can
us
email
on
with
there,
you.
and then we can.
I got more to talk to you about, and I'll hit you up on the side.
Oh yeah.
Rocky Jessica, doing it now. All right.
Just
Perfect.
remember, we share it, Scott.
No, oh please, as if it mattered. Listen, Scott, thanks for
Listen, man,
calling in.
I miss being in relationships. I miss having.
I'm gonna help you, baby. I'm gonna help you.
All right, brother.
I got it.
Scotty,
Got it
we'll talk to you
confirmed.
later, brother.
All right, sweetie.
All right,
bye.
All right,
Thanks,
bye.
guys.
Scott McKinnon,
Later.
everyone.
Yeah, he's so sweet. Honestly, after all this
he used
time.
to be like one of my most hated people during the.
But
that
after
whole
all
shit.
this time, it's a beautiful thing to be able to have a conversation because they didn't know us and I didn't know
Yeah.
them.
You know
so
what
it was like a
It
hated
was
internet thing.
It wasn't even like a direct beef with me and him. I had beef with someone else, and he was on that person's side.
It's all in between.
So I get it. You take your boy's side, but now that we've kind of
yeah, now this. Guess what? Now he's my
Yeah.
friend. So now now Scott's my fucking
So now
friend.
next fight we have Scott will have my back.
Yeah, Scott's my friend now, and he's not going to be allowing them to put pictures up as they did
That's
last
right.
time. Anyway, guys, I actually had a really great show. It was a little diverse. Sorry for the beginning being so depressing, but I'm glad that everybody stuck through. We are excited. Hopefully next week we could have people come on, but if we don't, we will be here again, same time, same place.
That's right.
Fucking see you next Tuesday.
Peace.
Bye.